The moon landing is not to be sneezed at, and the auto industry was a major industrial shot in the arm that has been replicated across the world. Then we have the invention of the worldwide omnipresent cell phone, the less visible submarine, and let's not forget the world's first nuclear reactor, all US projects and inventions.
My friends, real talk. I'm not American and I feel proud of America. The camera I'm filming is actually from America. The microphone is a Blue Yeti. I also believe it's an American brand. I have this phone that have the Android. Yeah, I don't have iPhone. But imagine if I had an iPhone also. But both are from America, Microsoft and Apple, right? So now being a bit more serious, of course the American influence is tremendous. Is something that... we all should be proud that we have America, and I mean this.
All US projects and inventions.
What? Leave a like for America, my friends. Today I'll be reacting to: do Americans think they are superior to others? My friends, this is a great question, but before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
History entertains us with the stories of Roman empires, the territorial tales of the Ottoman Empire, and the swashbuckling British Empire. But what about the Americans' imprint on the world?
Okay.
Although not really an empire in the traditional sense, Americans have left an imprint of culture, influence, and global economics around the world.
Wait. Do you guys agree with this? I think America is the new Roman Empire in my book. And I say this in a very good way, because... you guys are number one in terms of economy, military, forget about it. Is not even, there is no competition there. You guys have American, then you have China, India, Russia, but you put all of those together and they don't spend more than America when it comes to military. And for me, I'm talking about military because I really believe that's, if you have the force to go against other countries if things are not looking good, you are the empire. But actually, let's see the arguments a bit better. Sorry for running back, but I consider America an empire, actually.
But what about the Americans' imprint on the world? Although not really an empire in the traditional sense, Americans have left an imprint of culture, influence, and global economics around the world. Most, if not all countries, have a section of society who will take pride in their nationalism. In Thailand, all citizens stand still in public twice a day to respect the monarch. Indians have a high sense of national pride, with over 40% of her citizens believing she is the best country in the world. The Brits are still vocal about their past empire and World War victories, but when it comes to national pride, the good old USA just seems to have the edge. Today we find out why. In this episode of the Infographic Show, do Americans feel they are superior to everybody else?
Okay, my friends, there was a joke there that I saw the other day in the comments. I guess I will go back in a second, but take a look at this. Everyone speaks our language. I guess this is a Brit speaking with an American, and the American says, no, I speak American. The other day I was reacting to accents, and a lot of people said this, we speak American. I think I'm getting the joke correct. Basically, you guys think your version of English is quite different than the original one. Is this the joke, my friends? Sorry for if this sounds dumb, but I think it is right. You guys speak a specific language even though we know it's English.
Pride, the good old USA just seems to have the edge. Today we find out why. In this episode of the Infographic Show, do Americans feel they are superior to everybody else? The United States is proud of its past, but shouldn't most countries be super proud of their past achievements? When it comes to achievements and inventions, the United States is no mere 2-bit player on the world stage. The moon landing is not to be sneezed at, and the auto industry was a major industrial shot in the arm that has been replicated across the world. Then we have the invention of the worldwide omnipresent cell phone, the less visible submarine, and let's not forget the world's first nuclear reactor, all US projects and inventions.
My friends, real talk. I'm not American and I feel proud of America. Look at this, moon landing, the first car, the first submarine. Look at the things I'm using, These headphones made in China actually. But forget about the headphones. See all the superheroes I have on the back? They are all created in America. Okay, this is not a great comparison actually, because those are Lord of the Rings and Tolkien was from the UK. But you guys get the point, right? I mean, the camera I'm filming is actually from America. The microphone is a Blue Yeti. I also believe it's an American brand. I have this phone that have the Android. Yeah, I don't have iPhone. But imagine if I had an iPhone also. But both are from America, Microsoft and Apple, right? So now being a bit more serious, of course, the American influence is tremendous. Is something that we all should be proud that we have America. And I mean this.
All US projects and inventions. The
You know what? Leave a like for America, my friends.
PC and tech revolution that's taken the world by storm is largely American, not to mention the internet, without which you probably wouldn't be watching this video right now. All this was achieved in a relatively short space of time, following America's involvement in World War II,
Crazy.
a war that was crucial in helping to achieve an Allied victory, crushing the Axis powers, and giving birth to the New World as we know it. National pride or patriotism is love and devotion to one's country, and a sense of alliance with other citizens who share the same values. In the United States and other larger countries such as Russia and China, national pride has a deep dimension. Each
Oh yeah, I mean, Chinese people, Russians, they also love their country. Even if sometimes we looking from the outside, we see a lot of problems there. But I guess something can be said to about America, right? But those nations are also very patriotic.
negative event that happens against the nation can reinforce a love for the country. Men and women every day from all nations do not hesitate to join the army and to prove their national pride with the business end of a semi-automatic rifle, and not always in a conflict that they fully understand.
Really
Americans,
don't.
however, aren't always so fast to sign up for the war effort. In 1964, American citizens took a stand against their country's involvement in the Vietnam War, demonstrating against the government in what became a broad social civil liberties movement. Many
My friends, but this was the EPs, right? The EP generation, EP time. I never understood why people went to this peace and love. Nothing against that, by the way. But this is, those years are a bit weird now looking from what we stand today. But you know what? I should react to something related of that movement in America. Do you guys think that's a good idea? You know what? Leave me the number 7. If that's a good idea to react to the EP movement, because for sure there is videos about that, and I know it was pretty big in America.
Many of those within the peace movement were students, moms, or anti-establishment hippies. Opposition grew with African American civil rights, women's liberation, and other marginalized sectors of the community who all considered American involvement in Vietnam to be a mistake, a view echoed decades later by US Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara.
My friends, André, you paused 1 million times, I know, my friends, but the Vietnam War is probably the topic that I don't get about America that well, because I believe it's a very controversial topic, and America, every time America goes to war, you guys win. But this was not the case, right? You guys kind of lost, not the typical loss, but overall, I think a lot of you guys consider this not very successful. And I don't get what went wrong, because I mean, you guys have the firepower to win that war easy. Am I crazy on this? I don't get it, but maybe, again, could be another topic to make a reaction. And feel free to leave me a comment if you can give me at least a perspective about what went wrong with the war in Vietnam.
It has been said that Americans don't travel overseas much, and according to the Huffington Post in a 2012 article, only 3.5% of Americans travel abroad, although they do not take lots of domestic holidays, and who can blame them with such a vast country to visit? Is it
Great point. And so 2 things. America is beautiful. So if you live in America, you live in a state, I assume, so you have other 39 states to explore, and all of them are tremendous. The second thing, I also believe when it comes to being a worker, you guys don't have a lot of vacation comparing with Europe, so you guys have less time. But I mean, America is beautiful, that you can spend your entire life in America and you will not miss beautiful things to see.
any wonder that when Americans do leave the States, they have a somewhat inflated opinion of their home country and therefore feel superior to some of the places they travel to, and therefore leave the impression that they have a national superiority complex? But not all Americans feel their country is superior. Although there are no true reliable figures, a 1999 State Department estimate suggests that there are
My friends, I have to say it. There is one country better than America. That small country right there. To me, of course. You guys know I love my country. But yeah, that's... come on, look at that. So small. The other day someone said that Mississippi makes more money than Portugal by a large margin. I was not offended, but I thought the person tried to offend me for some reason, but I still love my country.
Are between 3 and 6 million Americans living outside of the United States. The countries most visited by Americans include Germany, Italy, France, and the United Kingdom. A certain brand of
No love for Portugal, and I've been reacting... Oh, come on. I'm gonna change that.
travel known as genealogy tourism is undertaken by Americans, whereby they travel to Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Germany, or wherever they have traced their ancestors to, and this type of travel is typically, by definition, of a respectful nature. Those who travel to the countries of their ancestors, and there are many Americans who do so, cannot be totally driven by a nationality bias. So on that basis, Americans aren't snobby travelers.
That's a great point. And by the way, don't get it twisted. I love America. I just have one country ahead.
According to an academic study on American superiority...
And by the way, I know you guys don't travel to Portugal a lot, but if you guys come to Portugal, you guys are very welcome here. I cannot speak for everyone, I guess, but at least speaking for myself, you guys are super welcome.
Americans aren't snobby travelers. According to an academic study on American superiority by Tappan, Ryan, and McKay, most Americans strongly believe they are virtuous and moral. Yet they regard the average person as distinctly less so. In the study, participants judged themselves and the average person on traits reflecting the core dimensions of social perception, morality, and agency, and found themselves distinctly better qualified than the next person. It should be
But is this an American problem? Don't we are all a bit this way?
noted that in this study, Americans were judging themselves against predominantly other Americans. However, the sense of overall judgment without doubt travels fondly overseas. National pride also seems to be a generational phenomenon, with the older generations being more nationalistic than the younger generations. As younger generations tend to travel, and the gap year among students becomes more popular, national pride does seem to be quietly fading among Americans. The more we travel around the world and experience different cultures, the less nationalistic we are, as national pride is often deeply rooted in the ignorance of other countries and cultures. It is
Okay, so basically, I get the point, right? But being patriotic is not an ignorant thingy, because being proud of your country, I don't see it that way. Is that a bad thing, being proud of your... It's not a bad thing, right? Because look at me, I love my country, but I'm reacting to American stuff all the time. And I have a great time doing this, and I appreciate America for such an amazing country. One thing does not invalidate the other, but nationalism basically is probably feeling that you are the only one that is good or something. Could be that, right? But... I don't think Americans are this way, to be honest, but...
It is basic human behavior that we fear what...
Actually, tell me what you think about this, my friends. The comment section is for you, and trust me, I take a look... I don't answer all the comments for logic reasons, because there is a lot, but I take a look at most comments, so feel free to leave me a comment with your perspective on this. The comment section is totally for you, so it's your space. Express yourself.
What we don't know, and we accept and admire what we recognize and understand. But with that said, a little national pride is nothing to worry about, provided it doesn't go overboard.
Okay.
So, is there a difference between arrogance and ignorance? Can we feel a bit of pride without coming across looking all superior? And just who are the most arrogant nations abroad? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video called Can You Die of Loneliness? Thanks for watching.
Can you die of... No? I don't know. Actually, we probably can. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this with me, my friends. It really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.